So, welcome everybody to our monthly Reiki share and to also our weekly podcast. I have just some fantastic news that I want to share with you all this week. And I'm going to begin. Some of you already know that from the podcast last week, that the Reiki Business Book is finally live. And not only is it live, but you can order it in electronic version and paperback. And I see you guys clapping, and I'm clapping too. That was a lot of work, you guys. Like, I didn't know. And when I finished, I think it was 329 pages or something like that. And I said, I think a thesis would have been easier than that. And, but it was a lot of work. But all the time I was doing it, I was thinking about you guys, and I was thinking about if this can help them integrate Reiki in maybe the career that they already do, or if it can help you in any way to start a Reiki business, whatever that looks like for you. I was really guided to keep going, and the Reiki energy was guiding it the whole time and kept it going. But I have heard from a few people. It actually went live on Mother's Day, and you guys, it wasn't intentional. I tried to have it live the Sunday before, and I ran into a little snag with the cover, and I hit a wall and was close to a week before I could even get back to it and figure it out. But in the end, I'm really happy with the book, and I hope those of you who ordered it are happy too. It is available in a lot of places. And I know I started getting messages right away because I let people know that it was available in paperback as well as electronic version on Amazon.com. And initially, it was only available in electronic version on Amazon.ca. And so Amazon.com wouldn't send the paperback version to people in Canada or outside of the US. But I want to let you know that it just took an extra day or two, and it is available on Amazon.ca now. So if any of you were looking for the paperback version and you're in Canada, it's there. But I also want to just quickly share my screen with you and show you everywhere that this book is available. And I will put this list. I just took a few photos of it, and you were trying, Lisette says, and no, it wasn't working. So let me show you. I've noticed that now that it's had a few days to upload, it is available. And if it's not available in these places, it will be. And that includes libraries. Libraries can order this book, so you can ask your library to order it in. You can also go to any of these stores, and if they don't have it on the shelf, just ask them to order it in. So I'm just going to share my screen with you for those who are joining on video and show you that the book is the print version, not the ebook, but the print version is available through tens of thousands of retailers. It's available in libraries, schools, e-commerce companies, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, independent bookstores, Walmart.com, Target.com, and Chapters Indigo in Canada. And it's on Amazon, both .ca and .com. It's also available in other well-known book retailers and wholesalers all across North America. Now, if any of you are coming to us from the United Kingdom and Europe, it's available in all of these spots. Adlibris, I think, Agapea, Amazon.co.uk, Aphrohead, Blackwell, Book Depository Inc., Book Express, Coutts Information Services, Designarta Books, Eden Interactives, Foyles, Gardners, Trust Medium Distributors, Mallory International, Paperback Shop, Superbookdeals, the Book Community, Waterstones, and Wrap Distribution. And it's also available, and again, if it's not available yet, it will be very soon, but it may be available already in Australia and New Zealand at Amazon AU, Booktopia, Fishpond, the Nile, James Bennett, ALS, and Peter Pal. So those are all the places that you can get the print book. Now, if you're interested in the ebook, look at all these places that you can get the ebook: 24 Symbols, Anasco, Amazon, Apple, Barnes and Noble, Biblioteca, Bibliu, Belinda, Bookmate, Chegg, DeMark, ebooks.com, EBSCO, Fable, Follett, B&T, Gardners, Gloss, Hoopla, Hummingbird, iGroup, ITSI, Kobo Plus, Cortex, Librica, Libri.de in Germany, Litres, McKin, Odilo, Overdrive, Perlego, Perusal, ProQuest, Publica.la, Red Shelf, Scribd, Spoonread, Storytel, Vital Source, WF House, Wheeler's Wook, and UScribe. And you can get the book in any of those places. So I just wanted to let you know, I did hear from quite a few people who were having a little bit of difficulty getting it. And I wanted to let you know that all of those spots, and I will just put a list in the notes, in the podcast notes, in the YouTube notes. So that's been a really big deal. And I will tell you that it's probably one of the things that I was the most frightened of in the world was writing a book and getting it out there. So it feels pretty amazing to surmount that and be able to put that in your hands so that you can start spreading more Reiki right now. It feels really good. And I hope you all really like the book. But as much as I was working really hard, because I was actually looking at a release date in June, toward the end of June. And the last 2 or 3 weeks, the Reiki energy told me, thank you, Sharon, that if you really crack at it, you can get this done in time with the last podcast. So I do want to let you know that it was a lot of working on it till 3 in the morning and up at 6 in the morning and working on it some more. So I was in a little bit of a state of exhaustion. Thank you, Becky. And on top of that, my husband and I had been looking for a second property, just a place to go to get away from the long to-do list that we have here at the farm, and a place we could relax a little bit. And we had been looking for over 1.5 years, and right around the time that the World Peace Energy was coming in, didn't we find a sweet little house on Campobello Island in New Brunswick? And it's a very different island. It's the sweetest place. This island is in the middle of the Bay of Fundy. It's actually a whale breeding ground. You can actually see whales and dolphins from the shore of the island. And it's a really interesting island. You can get to it through Canada, but even though it's a Canadian island, it's complicated. You've got to take a ferry to Deer Island, and then a ferry, you've got to time it right and get the ferry from Deer Island to Campobello. And that ferry only runs, it will be running more in the summer season, but right now it doesn't run very often. And so typically to get to this island, you have to go through the United States. And some of you are aware, some of you may not be, but during COVID, it was really complicated to go across those international boundaries. You could do it, but you had to do it with a series of tests and isolating and things like that. So the isolating finished on April 1st, and we actually closed on the house last Friday, as I was just trying to get it, or a week ago Friday, as I was just trying to get the book out. So we wound up going down and spending the week there. And in fact, the morning that it was Thursday morning before I could finally mentally go back and try to figure out that cover to get the book to you. And I was sitting there saying, yep, I'm going to do the book. I'm going to finish this today. I had to get it done in the morning. I had clients in the afternoon. Thank you, Lisa. And didn't I see a porpoise just from the living room window of this house? It's just got the most beautiful view on the Bay of Fundy. It's incredible. There's a little lighthouse. The sunsets are amazing. We still have quite a lot of work to do. It's been vacant for a few years, and it's just a tiny little place. but it's absolutely sweet. And what came along with this from the Reiki guidance is that you could offer animal Reiki classes on that island. It would be really easy for your American students to get there because it's actually off the coast of Maine. It's about 2 or 2.5 hours from the Bangor airport. It's a little bit of a drive, but not too bad. And and then it's fun for Canadians. They can come through the US to get there. That is the easiest way. But if they want to have a fun adventure, they can take a couple of ferries and get there through Canada as well. And so I'm planning, and this is my announcement, in the month of July, when the whales are in the Bay of Fundy, I'll be hosting some animal Reiki classes, and we'll do 2 days of animal Reiki level 1 and 2 over the weekend, hopefully followed by a day of going out to see the whales and actually do some Reiki for the ocean and the sea life and that sort of thing. And the ocean really has been calling me, and I realized that a lot, it's actually been the whales in the ocean and the dolphins and and the other animals in the ocean that have really been calling and wanting to get involved with the animal Reiki classes. And then that will be followed by a master class. And I'll either have the masters join the whale day prior to class or after class. My only difficulty is that I haven't been able to get in touch with the whale boat operators yet to confirm this, because most of them don't begin booking, or they don't open to accept booking until the middle of June. But I've left messages with them, and I'm hoping I should hear back, I think, from Captain Riddle. And in addition, on this island, there is actually this wonderful whale rescue group, a whale rescue team, and they go out and they release whales that are tangled in fishing lines and nets and things like this. And so I'm hoping to have some sort of interaction so that I can include some information from them too. So this island is so special. In addition to the whales and the ocean all around, there's an international park that's absolutely free to go to. It's got some beautiful hiking trails, and it's an international park because this island used to be the summer home of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And so he and his family spent time there. So it's just this really special place. I have got a tentative date for the classes up for July 25th, I believe it is, on my website. I'll put a link to the date in the podcast, and I haven't added that it is a tentative date, but what I'll do is once I am able to hear back from the whale people and confirm the date, I'll let you know on the podcast and in the newsletter. And I'll also just make a note in the class itself that it is confirmed. I can't accept a ton of students, but one of the things that this little house has is this beautiful barn in the back that I can teach a little bit of a larger group in. So the class size will be limited, but it's mostly going to be limited by the size of the boat that can take us out to see the whales. So if any of you were thinking that you'd like a destination class, also there's an award-winning golf course on the island, so it might be something that spouses would be interested in attending as well. I should have a little bit more information about it, but I did want to give you a heads up that this is coming. So those are my two kind of announcements this week, and I hope that I get to see some of you and at some of those, and those of you who get the book, I hope that you enjoy it. So yeah, it is exciting news, Becky, for sure. We're so excited. I'm teaching Reiki right now, and I'll be teaching animal Reiki next week. all week, Monday to Friday, level 1 and 2 in masters, and then taking a week off, and we'll be moving into teaching a Karuna Reiki course and also animal communication. And I only teach animal communication 3 times this year. I'll be teaching it in June in the Atlantic time zone, and my classes this week are online and in person. So this is the first time in 2.5 years I've had some people in my living room for a class, and it's been lovely. Melissa, you were there, worked out really well, didn't it? With a couple people were online and a couple people were in person. So I know that's very doable now, and it feels really nice to have things open up that we can do that now. And but I'm teaching animal communication in June, and then I'm teaching it late at night in North America in August for my Australian students. So it'll be in the Australian time zone, but it will be Atlantic time. It's 5 to midnight. And so if you're in the West, it's probably a little bit more reasonable time for you. And the class in August, I have Karuna Reiki and animal communication in the Australian time zone. And I also have a class in the Asian time zone of level 1 and 2 in master Reiki, Asian and European time zones and that's just an online class in July for anybody who wants to join that. I'm happy you made it on time to hear the great news too, Katie. So it just feels like there's a lot going on. And I feel like with the addition of this world peace energy, you wonder, can it get any better than this? As we sat on the porch last week, even though we worked all week painting and removing carpets and cleaning and all of that sort of thing that you need to do, we would sit on the porch each evening and watch the sunset. And I was just like, will you pinch me? To my husband. I can't believe this just happened. So I'd love to share it with some of you if that resonates with you. Now let's get to you. Tonight, I really wanted to share a meditation from the Reiki Business Book with you. And I was guided to create a couple of meditations in order to assist people with their Reiki businesses about removing obstacles and empowering opportunities. And this pertains, even if you're not interested in a Reiki business, there's probably something in your life where there are obstacles that are preventing you from realizing what you want to realize completely. Maybe it's in a relationship, maybe it's in your work, maybe it's goals that you have for yourself, for your person, for your environment, whatever. There's always obstacles that get in the way. And so I wrote, and I say I wrote, but let's get clear. I just listened and wrote down what I heard. I didn't really create these meditations. They seemed to come through from source. And because of that, I think they have been pretty powerful. So there's a couple. There's in chapter 3 of the Reiki Business Book is all about releasing any obstacles to your success, whatever that is for you. So I'd like to invite you all this evening to consider, like, where do I have obstacles? Like, where am I not successful? Because it's quite often we're successful in one part of our life, but not another. I can remember being incredibly successful in business when I was a businesswoman and just a dismal failure in my family life because I didn't have enough time. And oh, I have a question here. Will I be recording the audiobook? You know what? My daughter said, Mom, you've got the voice for it. You need to record an audiobook. So I'm hearing from some of you on that. And it's something that I haven't had time to look into yet, but it definitely is on my to-do list. So I'm not sure when, but the Reiki Business Book will be coming in audiobook. And you know something, Lisette, thank you for reminding me about that, because one of the things I wanted to mention to you, when you do get your book, some of you may already have the ebook, and there's, no, I won't let anyone else do it. It's my book. And I'm comfortable recording, so I'll be recording it. But the it says in the Reiki Business Book, thank you for reminding me about this. It says, I've recorded the meditations for you. You can find them here. Now, if you click on that link right now, it has a beautiful banner that says meditations and not much else. So I just want to ask you to be patient with me. I think sometime in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I will have all the meditations up for you. I just was so focused on getting the book out that and getting it out to you all in a timely manner, because I was getting emails and messages every day. Is the book ready yet? Is the book ready yet? And I need it right now. And then I focused on that. So I haven't got the meditations recorded yet, but I will be doing that in the very near future. If you'll give me a few weeks, that meditation page will be populated as well. But I did want to let you all know that. So thank you for your questions, you guys, and for your well wishes and your congratulations. It's just really much appreciated. So, talking about obstacles to your success, as I mentioned, quite often we're successful in one area of our lives, but there's another area where we don't feel tremendously successful. So, this evening, whatever area it is that you feel that you have some obstacles that are blocking you, maybe it's with your health. Maybe it's with a relationship. It's wherever it is in your life where you're feeling that there are some obstacles that are blocking you from feeling really prosperous and successful in that area. I'd like to just give you a few minutes to think about that, because this experience that we're doing today was specifically designed to help you grow your Reiki connection and move into your life purpose with Reiki. And we can have all kinds of different life purposes with Reiki. Like, I know one part of my life purpose is to teach Reiki and to be the best teacher that I can be for people. But another part of my life purpose with Reiki is to have really successful relationships with my grown children. And I'm happy to say that with Reiki's help, I really feel that we have that. And that gives me no small amount of joy. Another part is just recording the podcasts. And another part is being a caretaker to my horses. And so there's all kinds of different ways that we can walk our path with Reiki, and Reiki can assist with all of them. So I'd like you to think about one area where you want to empower opportunities and release obstacles this evening. Now, this meditation is based on the Holy Fire Healing experience that's taught in our ICRT Yasui Holy Fire Reiki Master classes. And so I just invite you to think about that area, and even to think about what some of the obstacles are that are holding you back. And you simply today need to be willing to let them go. One of the beautiful things about Reiki is that we don't have to do anything to earn it. And so there's nothing you have to do. You just have to be willing to allow Reiki to assist you. So if you can think about a few areas of your life where there are obstacles, and even you might even want to write the obstacles down, and you might even want to think about, if these obstacles existed in my body, where would they be? What shape would they have? What color would they be? Are they heavy? Are they tight? Are they bumpy? What does the surface texture look like? And so just go ahead and give that a little bit of thought. and then simply be willing to let them go. So I'm just going to give you a few moments to think about that today. You can write down the obstacles if you want. I'm just going to say that Mary wrote, maybe the cottage will give me a new porpoise. So for those of you who were here at the beginning, hearing about the porpoise that helped me with the book on that, get the final steps done to the book so I could get it to you. And welcome, Sheila. We're just writing down some obstacles that we may have to success in any area of our life. And today we're going to be releasing those obstacles. So if you want to give some thought to what are some of the obstacles that might be holding you back? And guys, you may not even know what the obstacles are. You might just say, yeah, like I'm so successful in these other areas of my life, but this area sucks, or it's just, it never works out well. And you might not even know what the obstacles are. That's okay. You can just form an intention to release whatever obstacles are preventing you from being joyous and happy and successful in that area. And the energy can do the work for you. And so if you're listening at home and you're not ready yet, just hit pause. But if you are, we're going to move into the meditation now. And for any of you who are listening when you're driving, these sometimes go pretty deep. So I invite you to just pull over and stop your vehicle and keep yourself safe. I invite you to begin by bringing your hands together in Gassho, with your thumbs at your heart as Yasui Sensei taught us to do. And just invite your Reiki energy to flow. And we invite the Reiki symbols and the spiritual teachers of your lineage. We invite your guides. We invite the divine earth, the angels and archangels, the enlightened beings, and the divine animal kingdom, all to be with us here today, supporting us in our work, supporting us to move on to our path with Reiki and our purpose, whatever that might be, and also helping us to recognize what that is for us. Just notice the Reiki energy as it flows all around you. And now place your hands comfortably on your body, giving yourself Reiki, and just getting really comfortable. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. The light of Reiki is here in the room. Invite it to guide you. Now imagine that it's a beautiful day, warm and sunny, and that you're walking down a path in a beautiful forest. As you breathe into yourself, you breathe in the life energy of the forest, and with each step that you take, you feel the energy of the earth flowing up through the bottoms of your feet. And yet as you walk along, you notice another path going off to the right, and you decide to follow that path. As you follow that path, you come to a clearing in the forest, and in the middle of the clearing is a small hill covered with soft grass and beautiful wildflowers. As you climb up the hill, feel the grass rubbing against your legs. And when you get to the top of the hill, lie down in the tall grass. Feel the grass and the earth beneath your body and gaze up into the sky. Gaze up into the sky and see the beautiful white clouds there. And as you're gazing up at the clouds, a beautiful beam of light begins to shine down all around you. This is no ordinary light. It is a beautiful beam of Reiki energy that comes directly from the source of all that is. The light shines all around you and even flows into you, filling you with warmth and feelings of safety and love. The light now focuses directly on all of the obstacles, blocks, or barriers that may be holding you back. They might be getting in the way of helping you achieve your life purpose with Reiki. Anything at all that might prevent you from fully stepping into your power and place in the world. I invite you to focus on these obstacles for a moment yourself and simply be willing to let them go. You do not have to do anything to earn this. You simply must be willing to let them go and allow the Reiki energy to do what it can do on your behalf. Now gaze directly into the light, and as you do, the light will begin to guide you. This light is Reiki energy that comes directly from Source, so you can decide whether or not to follow the guidance, but for now, just allow the light to show you the next steps for you in your Reiki journey. It can show you what a successful life with Reiki looks like to you. And at the same time, it can empower any of the goals that you may have for yourself, any intentions that you have. Please don't try to direct the energy, just allow it to direct you and see if you can follow the direction that you receive. And we're going to stay here for a little while. Sometimes in this process, we feel overwhelmed. Sometimes we put pressure on ourselves, and sometimes we feel guilty or discouraged because we've not accomplished more. If those feelings exist for you around your Reiki path, invite them to leave now. They have no place here. Our Reiki journey is meant to be joyous. It was not meant to add pressure or strain to your life. It is meant to bring about a greater connection with the divine and with ourselves, to enhance the journey, this journey that we call life. So right now, we purposefully release any guilt or shame or blame or doubt or overwhelm, any feelings that would get in the way of joyously moving forward at the pace that feels right to us and in the manner that feels right to everyone. We invite you to remember that you have everything you need to step into the next phase or to take the next step in your Reiki journey. You have everything you need to step into your power and create success with Reiki in the area of your life that you chose, whatever success looks like to you, and recognizing that your version of success may not look like everyone else's, and that is okay. So we invite the Reiki energy today to empower our sense of purpose on the path to sharing Reiki with others and to using it effectively for ourselves. You may find yourself filled with energy and enthusiasm. You may find the qualities that you need to step forward on this path. You may find yourself filled with light and love and purpose. Listen for your purpose and for any information that will lead you. We invite connection to our purpose, light of success and of joy and of effortlessness to weave through it all for us. So that we might simply follow Reiki's guidance step by step, not giving in to the overwhelm or the fear of moving out of our comforts. Please continue with your experience as long as you feel guided. When you're ready to return with an awareness that even if you don't know what your purpose with Reiki is yet, become aligned to your path with Reiki, aligned with your purpose, and the obstacles are released. Whenever you're ready to come back, take a few deep breaths. Bring your awareness to your eyes. Slowly open your eyes and return. And I invite you to take a few moments to write about your experience. And for all the listeners, thank you. Namaste.